Classify each of the following numbers. Identify which sets they belong to. 5 belongs to the set of natural numbers. It's also a whole number, an integer, a rational number, and a real number. If you notice, once you've identified it being a natural number, it's everything below it except for irrational. Our next number, 7/10. 7/10 is not natural because it's a piece, it's a part. That makes it rational. Now once it's rational, it can't be irrational, but it is real. -2. -2 is our next number. That number is not natural or a whole number, but it is an integer, and it is rational. It can be written as a fraction, -2/1, and it is a real number. Our next number is 0. 0 is not a natural number. Naturally, we start with numbers 1, 2, 3. 0 is considered part of the whole numbers. It's an integer, it's a rational number, and it's real. The square root of 11. If you type that on your calculator, you would get a decimal. Even though it appears to end in your screen, this decimal goes forever, and it has no pattern. It is what we call an irrational number, and it is also real. -9/10. This is not a natural number. It is not a whole number. It is not an integer, even though it's negative, but it is a rational number. Rational numbers, again, are those fractions, and it's a real number. The number 0.333333 with those little dots back here, that's called an ellipse. This number does go forever, and it is a decimal, but it's not irrational because there's a pattern. The number is 3 every single time. Because it's a pattern, we could rewrite that as a fraction. 0.33333 could be written as the fraction 1/3, which makes it a real number. Our last number here is the square root of 25. If you simplify the square root of 25, you just get 5. And 5 is what we call a natural number, and it's a whole number, and it's an integer, and it is rational, and it is real. That's how we go about classifying our numbers.